term learning disability, I was identified as having a mental block, as being slow, rigid, stubborn, all those lovely labels. And so I was incredibly motivated because I was hunting for a solution to my learning difficulties. So that first line of research was identification of function, which is in some of Lori's books. I actually saw myself in terms of what wasn't working, and I knew, at least I believed I didn't have a lesion or a piece of shrapnel in my brain, but the symptoms fit with different cognitive functions that Larry was describing. And then the other line of research was coming out of Berkeley. It was Rosenzweig's lab, looking at neuroplasticity with rats. And I had to believe that if rats' brains could change as a result of stimulation, and Rosenzweig looked at this concept of targeted differential stimulation. If you gave the rats specific experience that was targeted in their estimation to different parts of the brain, that was where they saw the neuroplastic change. So I felt if rats had the ability to change their brains, probably humans did, but this was again 1977, and nobody was really looking at that in humans that I could find. But because I was incredibly motivated, my question was, can I put these two lines of research together if I can understand the function of a cognitive region or part of the brain that was underperforming in my case, and I had multiple areas of difficulty. Could I then find a task or an activity that would work that function with the idea that maybe I could improve it, which was Rosenzweig's concept of neuroplasticity. So that was my question, was could I actually do tasks or activities that would change my brain? And I set out at that time to create 3 different exercises because I had more than 3 problems, but there were 3 that were really serious for me in terms of my functioning. And at that time, at age 26, I still couldn't read an analog clock. I couldn't tell time. I was incredibly clumsy because I had kinesthetic difficulty. I got lost all the time because I had spatial difficulty. I had to add what I call lost time into everything that I did. I had a significant amount of time to allow myself to get lost multiple times. So what I found was, with these 3 different exercises, that they were very, very different, and they led to very different changes. And to me, what's really exciting tonight is, this is beginning answers to that question that I posed, 40 plus years ago. Would targeted differential stimulation lead to brain changes, and would that lead to changes in the ability to function cognitively? So, tonight, we've heard that, the students in this sample of individuals in the Arrowsmith program with learning difficulties, that at the outset their brains are different than typically developing individuals, and we've heard some interesting ways that appears to be the case, and I'm sure we will learn more as this research goes forward. We also learned that we're seeing changes in the brains of the students as they go through the program, with the hope that maybe they're approaching more typically developing brains. And again, there's, as in all research, it begins to provide answers, but it asks many, many more questions, and I'm really excited about the opportunity to explore those questions. We heard that there are changes on measures of cognitive domain. There's some changes on tasks of daily living, which are really, really important. Certainly talking to many parents over many years, those are critical areas. Changes in terms of academic achievement measures, and changes in attention, which are critical for learning. So I'm really excited because the research is starting to answer questions, and it's posing more questions. One of the exciting things is looking at biomarkers and what can we understand. Certainly as an organization at Arrowsmith, we've always been committed to working to improve the program. Our commitment is to make this the best possible delivery for the students that walk through the door, and I believe this research is really going to help us do that. So I'm really excited. I'm deeply grateful to the researchers that we heard from tonight, Dr. Boyd, Dr. Weber, Dr. Rose, and I also want to recognize Dr. Kimberly Schoner-Michael, who is here, who didn't present tonight, but is also doing some interesting research with this group on social emotional measures. We had an opportunity to chat this morning, and I'm really excited about some of the data that's coming out. So I just really want to thank you. broader research group. We've got some researchers at the University of Madrid that have done a small study on students doing the summer relations program. We've got a researcher at the University of Tallinn in Estonia. And we've got a commitment from a number of the sites around the world that are offering this program that they'd like to really be part of this research. And so we have a huge data set. And so we're really excited that we're all meeting as a group. We had a meeting in New York. We're having a meeting tomorrow morning to start really looking at how can we collaborate and build a larger data set of these students going through the program and what can we learn from that. So I'm really excited about what the last 40 years have shown us, and I'm optimistic. Whether I'll be around for the next 40 years, but really excited about seeing where we're going to go in the next 40 years. And I think Dr. Boyd made a poignant plea. We need more controls. So anybody that has a child within that age group, we would love to have them participate. And we're always looking for funding as well to help support this work. And I think significantly, what I believe the work is doing is changing the trajectory in the lives of children with learning difficulties that gives them a different future and a different possibility. So I think it's important and really